Alright, babe, so let's get started. So I'm just starting off with cleaning off the nails that I have buffed and filed into the shape that I want. And then I go in with one coat of base coat because I'm going to coat all these nails with this pinkish white builder gel. So you have to put the base coat down first, and then I cured these nails for 30 seconds before moving on. So here I have this pinkish white builder gel, and then I also have this brush here which I'm going to be applying my builder gel on the nails. So I dip into that builder gel, just get a little bit and start conditioning it on my plate. And then after my brush is conditioned, which just makes it easier for me to place the gel on the nail, I go ahead and start applying that gel on the nail. I place on a big bulb and I work it from the bottom all the way to the tip of the nail. And as you can see here, I'm just using the tip of the brush. It's kind of like a pointy brush, which is perfect for this. I'm just using the tip of the brush so that I can control where the gel is going on the base part of the nail where the cuticle is going to sit. And then I just kind of pull it up gently and form it into place. After I finish with the big brush, I just go in with a striper brush and I just fill in some of my smaller, more precise areas. This gel is a self-leveling gel, so it does level on its own, but I just like to help it out a little bit by making sure that everything is in its correct place. This method that I'm using is going to be the same method and the same products that I'm using for all 5 nails, or all 10 nails, but I'm showing you 5 nails today. So this is the same thing I'm going to do on all of them, and then in between the layers that I place, which will be 2, I will cure the nails for 60 seconds. And along in this process, you are going to see me kind of show you the side of the nail where everything looks nice and flat and uniform. That is exactly what we want with this self-leveling gel. I love using these. All right, so these are all the nails with the first coat of builder gel, and then I'm going to set them under my lamp for 60 seconds to cure before going in with the second coat. Okay, so now that I've got those nails all cured, I am going back in with my second coat, and I'm going to do exactly like I did on the first coat. Just place my bead down and make sure I'm using the tip of the brush to move the gel around, and this just helps to not create those air pockets. And even with this method, you might still get some air pockets, like you may see some in the thumbnail that I'm doing here, but just smoothing it out with that striper brush and letting it settle should go ahead and knock those out. But this definitely helps, not putting so much pressure on your brush and the gel to make sure everything stays nice and smooth. Okay, so that's going to be really, really important. But I love this color so much. It's so pretty, and I love self-leveling gel. It really takes a lot of the difficulty out of doing gel nails as it is. So I love self-leveling gel. Love it. And here are all the nails with their second coat on. I'm going to cure them for 60 seconds and then file and buff. This is the file and buff version. And now I'm going to get into doing my Frenchies on my pointer finger and my ring finger. So here I'm just taking a 12 millimeter striper brush, and I'm just creating just a regular French tip on these nails. I did do a video where I created this nail already, so you can check that out on my channel if you would like to. But yeah, this is pretty much the same thing. I created a practice nail kind of, and I still just never did anything with that one. So I just thought with this little cake design it would just go perfectly. with this nail look. So I was super happy that I was able to pull it off again, and it ended up looking so good. Here I've just mixed some pearl powder white acrylic and some rhinestone glue gel, and I just mixed it around on my little plate, and I applied it on the white part of the Frenchie just to look like icing, because we're doing a cake nail. Y'all know that. What you really do is just swirl this kind of icing textured gel on the nail. I like to work with the middle first and then cure it for a little bit under the lamp. Just swirl it around and cure it under the lamp. I try to keep my lamp really close to the nail because you gotta move really fast. But I cure that middle part for just a couple of seconds, and then I go in with the side pieces of the Frenchies next. This is going to be helpful because this gel is going to flatten out really quickly unless you use a lot of acrylic, which I don't think I did. So just work it in parts and it'll be much easier for you to get the desired look that you're going for. After my first layer of frosting was done, I did go in and do another layer just to make sure that it looked nice and swirly and clumpy like I wanted it to, so it could really give that effect of being icing on a cake or a cupcake or whatever you like to put icing on. Right, so once the icing is all cured, I went in and just cleaned all the nails down with a little alcohol and acetone. Then I went in with some base coat over all of my just pure white nails or pinkish white nails, and then I also put some base coat on the icing area of those Frenchies. And so I'm not going to be curing that base coat yet. I am going to take some of this foil, I don't know if I think it is gel, but it's like this little foil palette that I have, and I just take my Raggedy Ann brush and I take that pressed foil and then I just place it over that base coat and just smooth it out over the entire nail. So I did that for the thumbnail, the middle finger, and also my pinky finger. At first, I was thinking to do pink glitter on these, but I went for the foil instead. So let me know in the comments down below which you would have preferred. I actually liked the way the foil turned out, but yeah, let me know. So after curing the set under the lamp for 30 seconds, I went ahead and took some of this red 4D UV gel as well as green because we're going to be making little cherries. So I just took a little bit of that 4D gel and I made them into little balls for the cherries. And then I just placed them right on top of that icing and molded them around a little bit better so they could be nice and round. Then I took my dotting tool to create 2 little holes where my stems would go for the cherries. After finishing that, I went ahead and cured my cherries, then took some of this green 4D gel and rolled it out on my plate here and just cut it up to make some stems. After that, I just placed the stems inside of the little holes and brought them together at the ends so they could just give off the illusion of cute little cherries. Sorry I was out of frame. By the way, I was on the phone running my mouth. I'm sorry, girl. I do have a video up if you need a clearer vision. So here I'm just top coating every single nail. I definitely need to top coat the nail with the foils on them because I need those to be really smooth. They did turn out being smooth, so the pressed foil is a really good way to go. It will not leave the nails bumpy at all. But I was going to leave the Frenchies matte, but I decided to make them glossy. Let me know in the comments whether it would have been better to be matte or not. I guess it doesn't matter now because I already put the gloss top coat on, but let me know what you think about that. I glossed them up. I think they were still cute, but now I'm thinking I should have left them matte. After top coating, I did cure these nails for 60 seconds before moving on to our next step. Alright girls, so I picked out this super cute little slice of cake that is going to be on one of our accent nails. So I just took my regular gel glue, placed it on the nail, smoothed it out. Then I placed on my little cake and placed her under my small lamp just to cure for a little bit. After I let it finish curing for the first time, I took a little bit more of that gel and placed it on the edges of this little piece so that it would stay on the nail and be nice and sturdy. I love this little cake piece. She is adorable. I've been dying to use one of these. I have so many cute little cakes and pastries, so cute. All right, girls, so if you thought this nail look was tedious, we're about to get even worse. So I took this blue, yellow, and green, and also this, it looks red on camera, but it's a hot pink. I took these little 4D gels and I rolled them out into... It looks a little stringy, but I'm rolling it out and cutting them up to make little sprinkles. I don't know why I didn't just hand paint these on. I guess, girl, just trying to be extra. But it was all worth it. It was all worth it. It came out really cute, but it was definitely a tedious job. I just placed my little sprinkles onto some plastic wrap and then placed them under the lamp for 30 seconds until they were all cured. Then I placed on some top coat over that middle finger where my little decals would go, and I did not cure it. I just left it, and then I placed the sprinkles on one by one wherever I wanted them to go. I did have some nude colored sprinkles from my last set, and I ended up painting those purple, but you'll see it in just a second. But yeah, just putting my little pieces on so that they look like I just sprinkled them on. I tried to find a video to help me with this and I did not find one. So let me know if I did well with the sprinkles without having any kind of help. I didn't see any on YouTube. I think they came out really cute. I actually love the way they turned out. And once I got them all placed on the nail how I wanted them, I went ahead and set this for 30 seconds before moving on and painting the other sprinkles. So this part is pretty simple. I just went in with a liner brush, dipped into some purple gel polish, and painted over these little nude color sprinkles purple, and I did 2 coats of those and cured 30 seconds in between. And last but not least, after I got all my sprinkles done and cured, I went ahead and went in with my top coat. I made sure to put a glossy top coat over the cake. I think it really made it pop and look really cute. But I top coated my thumbnail, the full nail. I also top coated over my sprinkles on the middle nail, and then I top coated my pinky nail again just to make sure that those foils were nice and smooth on the nails. And after I cured for 90 seconds so I could go ahead and put these babies on a platform. So here is what they're looking like after I cured them for 90 seconds, and now I have them here on the platform. Remember, if you are interested in purchasing these nails or any other on this channel, I'll have my business Instagram down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.